So in there, it's just me casually going to a place where I can show you how to recreate one of my favorite drone shots ever. Let's get into it. So a shot that I absolutely love to do is the pull away or the pushback shot. I'm going to be showing you how to do that today. It just takes a little bit in editing to make it even better, that extra bit of sauce. But overall, it's fairly easy to do, and I've done this so many times. Let's take a look. So you can do this shot with quick shots as well, although I don't think it is very good. I am going to show you the difference and then you can see. So first of all, we're going to get the drone. So I've got the Mini 3 Pro. Now it is quite a bright day. So firstly, what I highly recommend to do is make sure that you are shooting with the drone going backwards towards the sun. So you can see the sun's there, just off there. So I'm going to actually set the drone going back that way. If I was to turn around and the drone's now going to go backwards into basically facing that sun, it's all going to be blown out, not look very good. So always try and do this with the drone going backwards towards the sun. That's the first tip. Second tip, we want to get some sort of motion blur on here to make that shot look even better. Now we can fake the motion blur. I'm going to show you how to do that as well. But you want to add on an ND filter. So I've got the ND32 on here at the moment by Freewell. Filters I use are all linked in the description, but make sure you have an ND filter on to get some degree of motion blur, especially right at the very start of this shot. And then settings, I like to be able to color grade it myself, so I've got it in D-Cine. You can use auto if you want for all of this, just when you're getting started. But if you want your shot to look even better, then switch it over to D-Cine, and then you want your shutter speed to be basically double what your frame rate is. Let's just show you what it looks like with quick shots first of all, then I'll show you how to do it manually. So to get the highest quality, you've got to use 4K on quick shots. For some reason you can't use 4K 24, 25, it's just literally 4K 30, but it's better than 1080p, so change that. And then the drone will just start to fly away. And it's now going to be flying, as you can see, backwards towards that sun. So on the actual video itself, you can see now it is pretty much perfectly exposed. All right, so it's just done that shot now. So the drone's come back, it's just here. So that's basically how you can do it as a quick shot. So the easiest way of doing it. So make sure, main tip, fly the drone backwards towards the sun so it's not going to be completely overexposed. If you want to see what the quick shot actually looks like, how DJI think this should look, this is what it looks like. So this is the main 4K file you're going to get, the non-DJI edits, and it looks nice, doesn't it? But this is incredibly boring, and I don't want to show you any more of this. This is just boring. Let's get back to the video. So it is a really easy way of getting a quick pushback shot done by using Dronie. Is it the best? No, it's better to do it yourself. So this is basically how to start. So if you want to get that shot, use Dronie, that's fine. But this is what we need to do now. So keeping these same settings, so use the pro settings. I like to use D-Cine. If you don't want to, just use normal color profile. Now I'm going to show you how to do this manually. And you can do this basically in any location. So it doesn't have to be some spectacular location. It's just practicing this shot and getting better and better and better with some editing help. Let's show you how to set it up. First of all, you want to turn your sensors off. So as the drone is close to you, it's going to try and swerve around you. As it sets off, it's not going to be very good. It's going to try and avoid obstacles. Turn obstacle avoidance off for this shot. So let's get the drone in the air and I'll show you what to do. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to look at the area I want to go and fly. So you can do this in loads of different locations, but you want to make sure that your path is actually clear. So there's no trees, no obstacles in that area. What you're going to do, you're basically just going to push straight back on this right stick, and then you're going to then slowly start to increase the altitude. So just like that, but obviously much further distance. So I would say around about 20 meters, 20, 30 meters at one continuous back pace, and then push up on that left stick and it will start to increase the altitude. And then with some editing magic, we can make that look even better. Well, let's do the first tip I told you at the start of the video. Let's get that drone facing me so it's going backwards into that sun. All right, so you can see here now, I'm going to bring that drone as close as I feel comfortable. So it's pretty close to me now, isn't it? And this is what we want to be doing. You want the drone to be really close to you, and then it's going to push back fast. So be careful doing this. You want to do this in either normal or sports mode, not Cine. Cine is just going to be far too slow. We want this effect to look great. I'm going to switch it into normal to start with. So I've got the drone here now. I'm just going to tap on my face to make sure that it's going to be focusing on me. Sometimes it will go out of focus when it's close to you. And I'm just going to push back now on this right stick. I'm going to hit record before I start, and then I'm going to then slowly increase the altitude, something like this. And then as that drone is going up, because it's close to that ground, we should get some really nice motion blur on this final result. And I'm still just slowly increasing the altitude. So I'm only at 50 meters in height, about 3 to 5 meters now, so I can stop there. And then for the purpose of this, I'm just going to hit return to home, and the drone will just come back to me while I'm talking about this next bit. So that's basically it. That's the first shot. So the idea is to be really smooth and comfortable on these flight sticks. So as the drone is increasing the altitude, you want this left stick to be nice and smooth, a consistent increase in the altitude, and the same going back. So when you're pushing down, it's just a consistent speed. If it's jerking a little bit either side, failed. Do it again. I will as well show you how to do this in vertical mode as well. So if you're uploading to TikTok and Reels, super popular to be doing this. All over TikTok you'll see this, and it's just basically the same technique I'm doing. But the Mini 3 Pro, it makes it even easier because we can shoot in vertical format. So if I now go onto the controller, I'm going to switch to vertical. You want to just make sure that now you are perfectly framed in the middle of the box. So about there, I'm going to just go straight back and then up. I find in normal, the set-off speed, it doesn't drift as much. Sports mode, it can just that massive boost of power, it can cause the drone to drift a little bit. I mean, that's just really nice in a straight line. Oh, it's looking good, and it'll look even better in the editor. Just while it's here, I'll do a really quick shot and show you why you shouldn't shoot into that sun. This is what it will look like, and it's going to look terrible. I'm going to hit record, I'm going to tap on me, I'm going to fly backwards, I'm going to clear this little wall. It looks cool, but you can see a lot of it is blown out so much. It's not looking the best, is it? So that's why you should avoid facing the drone into the sun. So simple as that. It's pretty easy to do, isn't it, this shot? But we're going to make it look even better now on the editor program. If you're going to continue doing more shots after this, make sure you turn your obstacle avoidance on. But that's basically it. Don't shoot into the sun. Think of a location, have it close to you, set off at a nice consistent speed, and you will master this. So I hope you really like this. If you're liking this so far, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you're new here, subscribe. Let's now jump onto the editor, and I'll just do a voiceover showing you what to do. But basically, that's the fundamentals. You don't have to do this next step. This already is going to look sick, but we can make it look even better. Let's see you there.
All right, so welcome to the tutorial Final Cut Pro. Let's go. Right, so basically you can do this on any of your editor programs. It's all going to be similar. I want to get my clip first of all and get off the first part of it, so the bit I don't want. So the very starting point here I want to get rid of. Now I'm going to actually go forwards and look for the ending point. So where does this shot end? So it ends around about here, so I'm going to cut that. So that leaves me with one clip here. It sets off. Then I want it to increase in speed, and then we've got an end point. So I'm going to do this by way of speed ramping. So I'm going to look for the section I want it to start off with. So I want it to go slow here, and then I want it to increase in speed really fast here. So I'm going to put a speed ramp at the start of this part. Then I'm going to the end of this clip, and I want it to slow down about here. So I'm going to add another speed ramp, and then I'm going to increase that speed by 5,000%. If you can't add speed ramps on your editor, you could just increase this speed, the duration, by maybe 10 times, 12 times, whatever you can do on your editor. So you can see now it speeds up dramatically. Now I can adjust this, but for this video I'm just going to leave it as it is. I'm now going to just put on 2 adjustment layers to do with the color grading, and then you can also download, it's from Right Angle, basically a fake motion blur plugin. So I'm just going to drag this onto that clip, and everywhere it speeds up, it's now going to add on some additional fake motion blur. So I've got the motion blur from the ND filters and this fake as well. You don't need this, but it just adds to that effect. It's that extra bit of sauce. You can see now it's going to kill the laptop completely, but once it renders, it's going to look really nice. And for the color grading side, I'm just going to do a really, really fast color grade. So I'm just going to decrease these shadows a little bit. Really bright day today, so not the best conditions. I'm just going to drag on a custom LUT. I'm going to go to my own LUTs for the D-Cinelike LUTs. I've got a few to choose from here. I really do like the Secalobra look. This is really good on kind of like bright days. It just brings down some of the shadows more, adds a bit more detail and increases the contrast. So I've got a few to choose from. I do like Firepower as well, but because of the snow, it doesn't really go. So I'm going to stick with Secalobra. So this is looking better already. And then just to add a little bit more, I'm going to go on to Artlist. This is where I get my music and sound effects from. I'm going to just search for some wind noises and maybe a whoosh noise just to give it that extra something. And then basically I've just got that one clip and I've just reversed that clip as well. And then you get this as the final shot. So this is really simple to do. I think with adding that extra bit of noise and the sound effects, it's better than with nothing whatsoever. But this is great, and you can then upload this to Reels, to TikToks, and I love doing these. In pretty much every single location I go to, I'm doing this shot. You can be as creative as you want. But those are the fundamentals, and it's so easy to do once you got the hang of it. So go and practice this. Let me know what you think of this video. If you're new on here, make sure you like and subscribe. I know loads of you have been asking how to do these shots, and I hope this gives you a better idea. So thanks for watching again, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.